What's happening, everybody? Welcome to our Wednesday One Wheel with you. I'm not sure if you could hear us before. We're working on some technical. I always do this, Lil. I always forget to mute this.
Oh my!
I'm never alone. There's Lily
everyone.
with her boxes of nerds.
Happy Wednesday!
She has nerds everywhere. And my beloved wife is on the other side of the studio.
Hi,
How are you doing, Holly?
Doing fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's so great.
Hey, some people want to know, did you kill the bird for the feathers that are on your desk?
Oh, my pheasant feathers, they're from a pheasant, a female pheasant.
A female bird.
And no, I do think she got killed, but I did not kill her.
Yeah, coyote. Got it.
Got
Okay, hey, if you're a One Wheel fan, you're going to love what we have in store today. We're going to cover the great video from One Wheel with Kyle, the creator of One Wheel Devices. We're going to show clips of that. We're going to talk about it. We're going to love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. So if you're watching at any point, jump into the live chat that's going on. We'll field some of your questions there. We'll talk about our opinions on those things. We have also some really cool things that have happened around the internet, the World Wide Web. Did you know that's what WW stood for, Lil? WW?
www.
The Wide World Web.
Actually, no. But I have heard of the World Wide Web, but I never put together the www dot. World Wide Web dot.
Yeah.
No, I never knew that.
We're all full of great things here
Is
for
that
you.
true?
Yeah, Lily, I don't make things up. I'm all facts here.
Holly, can you confirm or deny?
That it
She's
meant,
not your Google.
www stands for World Wide Web.
I can Google it, but
Actually,
I'm pretty sure that
Googling this.
confirms it.
I'm 100% sure it is what.
Does
Okay, so we're going to
www
figure that one out for you. We have images and videos from all over around the internet that we're going to show you some really cool things, which we want to show you right away. I just saw this right before we went live, and we have it here. Somebody has created a brand new footpad already, or I guess I should say like a grip tape version out of foam. I think we have that footage. It's something about a foam foot pad or something. Can you hit that and throw it on there? Look at this. Okay, so the idea with this, and it is one trick wheel. Is that what that says up there? I can only see it when you see it as well. But the foam on it, if you don't like the concave,
One trick wheel, there it is.
if you don't like the concaveness on your GT, they have a solution for you right there. And I would assume because it's made out of foam, it would eliminate some of that foot fatigue. Let's just talk about foot fatigue for a second. Holly, have you ever experienced foot fatigue?
Oh, it is a real deal. I can't last very long on it. It's like your foot gets numb, and then it like goes up your leg, your knee gets numb, and then like your entire body. And then you fall off.
Yeah, then they fall off. But and just so everyone knows, Holly, my beloved wife, I love her. She's amazing. We grew up together. Like
I feel like there's a butt coming.
We
Yeah, it sounds
no,
like
you
there's
do
a
have a
big-
nice butt though.
There's a big
you
fat
do.
butt coming.
Too far.
Woo.
Too far.
But anyways, we grew up together. We knew each other from 5th grade, and then we got married, and we've been married for almost 21 years in May.
Wow.
We have 8 children of our
One
own.
piece of advice. Quick, go.
One piece of advice: have fun.
Oh, wow.
You should have fun.
That's
I mean,
so cute.
you should have fun. Okay, so she has rode her one wheel maybe 5 miles maximum, and that's me being generous. She would like to call it 10, but let's. So when
Holly,
she
you
talks
mean
about
at one
Do you agree?
shot?
no, I mean altogether in your
Altogether?
lifetime. Yeah, she just laughs because she doesn't know.
She
Okay.
said whatever.
So she has foot fatigue. She knows what that is. Lily, have you had foot fatigue?
Oh, yes.
What is foot fatigue? How would you explain it?
I would explain foot fatigue as tired foot from your one wheel.
Like wrong.
No, seriously. No.
That's totally wrong.
No.
Not even.
Lily gets foot fatigue because she has ridden more than 5 miles, but she only goes 5 miles per hour.
Okay,
Right,
so if
right.
you're brand new to, I saw somebody said they just got a GT, you're brand new to one wheel. If you get foot fatigue, it is literally the blood flow to your foot has been limited because you're not moving your back foot. Because, of course, if you move your back foot, you can fall off your one wheel. No one wants to fall off your one wheel, so you don't move said foot. Then you get this fuzzy feeling in your feet, and you're like, oh, my gosh, do I even have a foot? That's a better explanation than yours, Lily.
No, it does. It hurts and it becomes sore, and we wiggle our toes when our foot starts to fatigue because it helps it. But yeah,
Solutions to it are this. Like, deflate your tire a little bit. That can help. Foot pads like this foam foot pad from One Trick Wheel. Was that what it was, Lil?
One Trick Wheel, yep.
That would help decrease the foot fatigue. And then the other big component is to carve. If you carve left or right, that will make your ankle, instead of being a 90-degree angle like this, now you're carving and flexing the foot. So now blood flow is coming back to the foot. That should eliminate foot fatigue. And the last bit, and this is the toughest bit, it just takes time for your foot to build some of that muscle memory in your foot, and it'll go away. I did see somebody say they love the GT foot pads. I love them. Love, 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 love them. When I get onto the XR now, it feels like a relic. It feels like I'm getting, it's like when you know, the best way I could explain it to you ladies and those that are online would be, you know how like you go from like a brand new car, let's say you get out of a Tesla and then you go get into 1950s Chevy. It's got a nostalgic feel to it, and that's the vibe you want, but it feels old school. The lines in the dash and the steering wheel, it's all straight lines, but it has its place. That is the XR for me now. It has its place, but it is not the comfortable ride that the GT offers. Holly,
Well,
yes, you
I was
keep
gonna say,
doing this.
Garrett, I do. I keep putting my finger up. Garrett was the one that said he loves the concave foot pads on the GT. He also said it causes a bit more fatigue, like when you're riding.
What?
because it's
Say
a-
that one. What, I missed that. What happens?
Garrett was saying he's the one that said he loves the new concave foot pads for the GT, but it also
Oh,
he feels it
creates.
causes a bit more foot fatigue because the tire is a little bit harder.
Yeah,
not so
I
much
think
from the foot
that's where
pads.
I was suggesting on letting go some of the PSI in it. Now, if you're a guy like me that likes to read all of the manuals out there, this is the new GT one.
You
in
read
it.
them all from front to back?
Yeah, look, it's
Every
like good.
word?
All?
Like I got
You
all
read
of them
all.
right here.
Every word.
Stop questioning me. Where's I'm on it?
Can you recite them?
Okay. So one of
What was
it
your
in
favorite
here,
part?
it tells you the max PSI for your tire is 20. The least you can go is 17. So, but you can go down to 17 and it would decrease some of that foot fatigue for sure, because that is a hard tire. We talked about that last week with BODHI. And yes, we figured out the echo after the fact, but it's just going to live on the internet with echo if you've been watching that and you're like, it's echoey. Sorry about that.
We're
It's
working on it.
technology, and we are not in LA or around the LA area where BODHI worked, and we couldn't tell him how to do what he needed to do. So,
Okay, we had a question to start us off today. Basically, the gist was
yeah, let's hear it.
there is a lot of hate
Yeah.
going around. There was a name that was dropped, but basically he's saying, how do I deal with the negativity when it's really,
Yeah,
really
I
negative?
saw that. Also, somebody was talking about this one's from Joshua Fletcher. What's good, everybody? Lots of drama in the one wheel community right now with Future Motion's latest video. Let's hope this is the beginning of a change for the better. Yeah, there's a lot of drama, and it's been building for weeks, actually. I think the GT and some of the problems that have been out there have created this to be escalated to probably an unhealthy level, would be, in my opinion. Like, we're here, now we got to deal with it. We have clips from said video from Kyle that we're going to play in case you missed some of it. We kind of diced it up a couple seconds here and there, and then we're going to talk on it and love to hear your thoughts on it. I really enjoyed that Kyle put out the video. What I loved about it, it was so like raw. And I got it. I read some of the threads out there that they didn't like the rawness of it because it was like too many ands or ums. But I thought it was like coming straight from his heart, not a rehearsed deal. He knew what topics he wanted to cover, but he didn't practice this in a mirror. He's just like, here's straight from the heart. So I liked it. I thought everything he covered. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But before we get to that, and we want to help dilute the drama, if I can. Is that right? We're trying to dilute it.
Yeah, because you can't take it away completely.
No, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, my gosh, those that are really super frustrated, I get it. They should be. That's their opinion. I think the thing is, when we share our opinion, if you're brand new around here, we often say, what does love require us to do? So when I share my opinion, I should be able to share it, but in a way that's not like throwing like a ton of bricks at somebody, because it's just, yeah. Okay, but before we get into that, because that's all the heavy stuff, let's have a little bit of fun. I found this video. Somebody's got a brand new drone. It's the Skydo 2 drone, which, Lily, do you know what that drone does?
It takes video and camera footage of things from above.
But what's so special about the Sky Do?
The Sky Do?
Yeah, 2.
Sky Do 2?
Yeah.
Sky 2.
I think it's the
Is
Sky
it
Do
Ski
2.
Doo? Sky Doo? What is it?
It actually will also deliver your lunch from Uber Eats.
Yes, exactly right. No, she doesn't. If it follows you, you put a little chip in your pocket, and then that drone
Not
follows
on
you
your shoulder?
wherever you go. What?
You don't put the chip on your shoulder?
Oh, stop it.
Who's the funny one today, guys? Who gets the reward? Oh, yeah. Or award.
A
Lily
reward
does.
and award. I'll take them both.
Lily, do you notice your camera's fogging back
It's
up?
So, yeah. I
Yeah.
wasn't going to say anything, but I was like, why is my saturation so blue?
Yeah, because it's fogging up.
I'm
It's
the least blue person
it's
out there.
it's a bit chilly and damp at the moment in Minnesota, so that's what
Well,
happens.
you know what? I bet we've got some photo video guys that are in the chat. Some guys and
Telling us
gals
how to
that
fix
tell
it?
us how to
Yes.
fix it.
Okay.
We'll count on you guys.
So here is the Sky Do 2 footage of a poor dude that captures not 1 but 2 nose dives, and there's a whole lot more going on in this video here. And so the dude one wheel goes into the water. It just watch all of it, and then we're gonna try to break it down. There's no audio to it, so here we go. Let's roll that footage. Here we go. This dude nose dive. Oh, in the water! And then there's a dude in the back that crashes. You gotta watch it again.
What just
Legend
happened?
is like, come on. Lily and Holly are trying to watch this. Hit play
Oh,
again
he
because
just
people
throws
missed
that thing
it.
out there.
Watch this. Gone.
Oh, I missed it. Can you play it again?
That
I
would
missed it.
make
I
me
missed
throw
it. I
Okay,
up.
missed
now
it.
look at the guy in the red in the back. He's shocked what's happening, so he falls off his one wheel too. So they both nose
He
dive.
just chucks it out of the water.
Yeah, what would you do? I mean, I would lose my mind.
Can we do it one more time, please?
Lily, for Lily.
Oh no!
Oh, my heart breaks.
Oh, you know, the other guy knows
Now look, the guy that's got to go get it out of the
Yeah,
water,
that guy
his phone is
completely
on the ground over here. You can kind of see it sitting there. You can see this whole thing on the Shane 50 0, I think it is on YouTube, but there it is. Okay, that's
oh,
wild.
that would make me throw up.
Oh my goodness, that poor.
Wait, did he talk about what happened? Like, what in the world?
I don't know. He just nosedive. Like, okay, you guys have probably seen it enough now. My kids are
Oh
running
my
tech, and they
gosh.
are just losing
They're
their
losing
mind
their
watching
minds
that.
over
They
it.
think it's
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
If you happen to be in the chat watching, and that was your video, and your name is Shane,
We
I'm
are
sorry.
sorry.
Well, I want to know.
does
do
your
we
one
have-
wheel still
Yeah,
work?
does the one wheel work?
We would like to know
need
that,
to
but
know.
that's
Oh,
wild.
man.
What would you do, Lily, if that was you riding? Like this weekend, we're filming a race, and we'll be by the Mississippi River. If that was your one wheel this weekend in the Mississippi River, would you go get it? You paused. Oh, get
okay,
out of here.
hold on.
No.
If I am by the St. Anthony Falls, probably not, because I would die. So,
No.
but if I'm in a mild area, then yes.
Like if you were on the shore, I'm talking about, not like on a bridge.
Yeah, I would go and get my one.
Yeah,
wheel.
come on, that
Yeah,
guy. That was
easily.
quick-witted.
He was very quick to get in there and
Yeah.
get that out. Wow.
That was crazy.
I think I would have puked first, then gone and gotten it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if anybody.
Someone
Oh
said
yes,
put it in rice.
yeah, put it in rice.
Go to Costco, get 2 huge bags of rice, and then put your one wheel in there.
Oh, put it in the rice.
Oh man.
Oh
That's
man,
pretty funny.
Garrett says, seems like it's gonna take a bit of mild testing since the tire is almost the same. Oh yeah,
He's
sorry.
talking about the new
we're on to
Float Life Enduro.
Okay, nonetheless, that was a wild deal. Then we have this one. This one came from One Wheel's Shorts on YouTube. The dude, I don't know who did it, and some of you might know it, but it's just an impressive deal. Dude jumps over a car, a toy car, that is. But look at this footage right here. It is pretty funny. Look at that.
Wow.
Now, the landing, there was no transition, so that's a hard landing.
That's
Straight to flat.
impressive.
Bam.
Oh,
But that's sweet.
impressive.
That's sweet. Lily, Holly,
I would like to think I could.
Holly, could you do that?
Absolutely. I'm real positive.
Yeah. What I
She's
love about my
positive.
wife is her mind thinks
Goes a
she can
lot
do a lot of
Yeah.
things, but her body's like,
Yeah.
not today, daughter.
Easy there.
No, it's
Sister.
not that it's her body. It's the mind to the body connection and then the belief that it can happen.
Okay, but in all
It's not
honesty,
like your body's incapable. Your body's very capable.
this is a ridiculous conversation.
It's not your body though.
Because you asked me 20 years ago when I was 20 years old, I couldn't do it then either. So it's not really
I
anything
bet
about.
you could do it right now, Holly.
No.
If we practice.
Because if I get hurt
we were out filming. Lil,
We
remember
need a
this?
bubble race.
We were
I
out
mean,
filming, and there was a tree that was
Bubble
down,
race.
dead down, like here. This is the tree.
Yeah, I
and Lily
tried.
was riding her one wheel to it. She lets her one wheel go underneath it and tries to jump over it at the same time.
I don't know how to
Oh.
get off the one wheel evenly enough to allow it to keep going like Bodhi's
But I
done.
just lost my mind behind you that you even thought that you could do that. Like, and never have you practiced it. We're in a trail ride, and you just woo, and then she eats
I
it because her
believe
feet
I can do
clip
hard
the
things.
tree.
Because it's one, I think I can do hard things, and two, we're filming. So.
Yeah, filming
Who
makes
knows
you
what's
do
gonna
dumb
happen.
things. Let's talk about this one. Speaking of dumb things,
Uh-oh.
I would like please tune into this one, and then we got so much more to get to today. So if you're brand new,
This is
subscribe to our
even
channel.
worse.
We talk
This
about
is
one
it.
wheel content. We want to be entertaining and put a smile on your face, and all of those things, and inform you of new products that's dropping and all that. So Lily, this weekend, she was going up to her apartment. This is a story told to us.
Oh, dear.
And on her way
I
to
don't
said
think this is
apartment, she
necessary.
had a nice, freshly purchased bottle of wine. It does not matter the price of said wine. It's a bottle of wine, and she drops it. Lily, why did you drop the wine?
Because I
Why?
was carrying too much stuff.
What else did you have in your hands?
I had another bottle of wine.
Whoa, you had 2 bottles of wine?
I also had this water bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, my roommate bought 2 at once.
2 bottles of wine.
And then I had like my backpack.
And your
and
backpack.
lunchbox.
And she drops one of the bottles of wine. Now, normal people would ask for a broom to sweep said
A broom.
A mop?
wine in glass up. You had to sweep up the glass, right? But Lily decides to do what? Lily, what do you do?
Well, I just thought it would. Well, there was like a perfect.
I like how you're
shaped
like, I
piece
can't
of
even tell.
glass that looked like a little boat. So I just thought it'd be funny if I took that and scooped some up and tried it because it was like a whole bottle, like gone, like down the drain.
My issue is not the you factor. I don't really care about that. It's that you took a glass shard and then you scooped up and then you were drinking broken glass. Like, seriously. Like, what are you thinking? Like, you won't you can never say you won't do any one-wheel trick ever again because you will drink from broken glass. You savage girl.
Ew.
Okay. Like,
Okay,
seriously,
moving
anyone?
on.
Somebody goes, oh, no, just go home. I just got home. Oh, somebody's saying just got home.
I respect it, Lily Garrett says.
I
do the same thing.
respect it. Thank you, Gary.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, if you saw somebody do that, you'd be like,
The worst part is, like,
Desperation.
I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I told my friends, and their faces, like, I can never unsee it.
yeah, because everybody's like, what?
They were just
happening?
like, "Are you kidding?"
Oh,
us?"
are you
Okay,
kidding
moving
is
on,
what they're
moving
saying.
on, moving
Moving
on.
Okay, moving on.
Are we
One
gonna
last
do
thing to
a
just bring a
review?
smile to your face. We are going to do a race like this, and it's inspired by this video or this picture. And I don't even know. It's a dude riding a rocking horse, okay? I've never seen this, but this picture, I don't know whose it is, so I can't give credit to. It's just somewhere out there. I want
That
to do
looks
this.
awesome.
I want to have 3 or 4 of these rocking horses and race them. Oh, that looks hilarious
could
and
build
like so
those.
much fun. Actually, I did DM him and said long ago, so this picture I've had for a long time. I DM'd him and said, we're going to race like that so long ago. So, right, Lil, you
That's
down to
Yeah,
race?
funny.
I'm totally down to race like that. That would be a blast.
But so we have been on the hunt for at least 3 rocking horses,
If
and
you
we
have an
can't find
old
them.
wooden rocking horse that you don't need anymore,
Let us know. We'll get them shipped here. Okay.
Moving
Last
on.
thing.
Well, we do have a question. Are
Oh, yeah.
we going to do a review on the pint lift kit, which I didn't even know?
Pint lift gift.
They-
I don't. Yes, we will. We do not have it in our possession. Sometimes some of those things either we order ourselves or we wait to see if they're going to send to us. Because sometimes we get bit where we order it, and then some of these places that have these things send them to us, and now we have 2 sets of things.
and then you get one of them because
Yeah,
we do
'cause
a
we don't
giveaway
need-
and we pick your name.
So it works out great for you when
Not a
that
bad
happens.
idea.
So we're in that middle ground yet. Somebody's asking for. I saw the Enduro tire review. Hey, when we get that tire, we'll do that.
We will absolutely do. the
Okay,
tire
last
extra.
fun thing that just will get the conversation started and kind of again dilute some of the drama that's out there is One Wheel responded to the video that Jeff in Float Life dropped last week, which here is the clip. I just screenshotted it, and here is One Wheel's comment. Like, they read it. This is look, One Wheel, some good points in here.
with the
Handshake emoji, right?
handshake emoji. That's
So-
when you know it's real. That's when you know.
I don't know, spoke too soon Paul situation though, but I just saw One Wheel on there, and it's like, listen, I gotta like a company that watches everybody's stuff, and then it does they have to formulate a thought. They can't just speak straight from their gut or their heart, because everybody's out there to shoot holes in what they said, and you didn't say enough. And if they say it's like, I get that tension, because we're all like little baby birds listening to what they're saying and ready to eat it and then just spew it back up in with our opinion attached to it. And so that sets us up into Kyle's video. If you've not seen the full video, it is 11 minutes long, and watch it on One Wheel's channel, because it is, you just get the heart of Kyle. I think so many times when people like speak on the behalf of somebody or change it, they remove the heart, and you just get information. You want to know the heart, and you just saw Kyle's heart in this of like, man, I'm an inventor, I'm a dreamer, I like these things, and we're trying to catch up what's going on, because they weren't releasing something that they thought. So they covered, like, I think 5 big topics. And so we're going to start with the first one, which we're going to show. He addresses the One Wheel Kyle talks about boards arriving dead on arrival, DOA, which we had one of our friends, when the day I got my One Wheel GT, he got his here locally, and his opened up and didn't turn on. So I know it's a real thing. It's not like it's happened to a very small amount of people, but the internet makes this, it just seems larger. And here's what Kyle has to say with that. We have some audio to it, so we'll roll it. Here's Kyle, and watch this, and we'll be right back to give our opinion.
And the board was dead on arrival, or it turned on once or twice and then wouldn't turn on again. Obviously, that really sucks, and our apologies for that. I've instructed our teams to be super responsive, to get a new board out to you if that happens. That's on us, of course, and all you need to do if that's happening to you is reach out on our website to the One Wheel customer support, get a ticket. Those are being prioritized, and we'll get that out to you absolutely as soon as we can.
All right, there he's talking about dead on arrival, and he addressed it right away that they will be quick, like you get a front cut in the line pass situation going on to allow people to take care of the issue. Do we think, ladies, you've both seen it, do you think that somebody said, again, they were watching it and they said it'd be great if you threw in one of those hoodies too. Do you think that it's enough to, like, hey, we'll get you in and out as fast as we can if you have an issue with your board, and not just dead on arrival, but whatever the said issue is, it turns on a couple times and then doesn't. Do you think they should do more to it, or is that good enough? Holly, what do you think?
I think they're trying to do the best. It's like, I feel a little bit of a no-win for them, because they're trying to get these boards out, and everybody's like, get them faster. They need to ship faster. Oh, the shipping date's changed, and all of these things. And then they get their board, and then there's issues. I think we just got to, I think it's enough. They're trying to fix it as fast as they can. He said that anything that, comes back is prioritized, so it goes straight to the top of the list. And I just think there's just a little bit, what else comes if you don't have something fixed right? Do you go back and throw a fit to the automotive dealer or whatever? Just give some time.
I like how
for
you
them
said
to
throw a
fix.
fit. I mean, and I get it. Some people are immediately disappointed if, it feels like you're rolling the dice. It's 50-50. And I think that's what the internet's made it out to be, of the amount of boards that are having issues. It seems like it's 2 out of 1 have problems. I don't think it's, I don't have facts on it. Just my conversations with different people inside the industry. I don't think it's that large. I think it's a small amount, and those people should be bummed about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be bummed. It would suck, because you're super amped about getting it. You get it, and then it doesn't work, and you spend a lot of money on it. I get it. One Wheel, their response with Kyle saying, hey, we're going to work as fast as we can. Somebody else that I heard online that I follow, that their board had issues. It was in and out within 5 days. It had gone from their place back to California and back within 5 days with a new board, or a complete wiped board. Who knows what that was, unless they had the serial number. Lil, do you think that they should throw in a hoodie or a mini One Wheel kit if your board has malfunctions, or do you think this is good enough?
I think it's good enough. I think when I desire for companies or whatever, even if I'm paying them to do more, I feel like I just get reactive and selfish, and that's when I ask for more, like a hoodie, throw in a hoodie, whatever. But the reality is like, if we're gonna have grace for people, even companies, even if we're paying, like we shouldn't be expecting them to do more. We should just be grateful, like, and recognize they have a lot going on.
Yeah, and I think, again, we talked about this last week with BODHI in his echoiness, that, man, these guys are, like, Kyle's a human being, and he's trying to create something that we get to ride, and without Kyle's brain and ingenuity and the team that's out there, we don't have One Wheel, so this conversation would be voided because they wouldn't be around. And he is passionate about what he's doing. It's what he's created. And I know when I create something, I like to create a lot of things, videos or ramps or whatever I'm creating. When somebody bashes it without any love in their opinion, boy, that crushes and it hurts me. And again, I know this is a safety thing, and I know that people could potentially get really hurt. I'm aware of the issues. I ride them and almost every day in every kind of weather you can imagine. I understand the risk and the danger that comes into that. I just don't think Kyle did any of this maliciously. I don't think One Wheel did any of this maliciously. I think it's somewhere along the way they're like, oh, how did we get here? And it wasn't a, hey, we'll test case it to the public. That wouldn't be wise either. And so, again, we're just trying to keep the conversation going on. Somebody's in the chat going, man, I'm thinking about pulling the trigger right now on getting the GT. You should buy the GT. It's by far the best to date. I agree with BODHI. It's not an XR. It is the pint on steroids. It's the upgraded version of the pint. I think all the riding styles and everything of the GT is more pintish than the XR, but it's still the GT. It rides like a GT. We should learn how to ride the GT and not try to make it ride as close to the XR or find the new way to ride it. And so the next problem that Kyle addresses, and this is no order of the video or whatever, but is he talks about the footpad and the ghosting. I liked how he referred to it in the video that some call ghosting. He did not call it ghosting himself. He just called it a footpad issue. And one thing is that they answered the plea of most of us about we want more sensitive foot pads. Have you ever jumped on your One Wheel and it won't engage because the foot pad is not like the version 2 that we have of the One Wheel? That front foot pad, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. It's like 1 out of 5 times does it turn on when you step on it to get it going. The GT, I've yet to have that issue where you jump on. It just activates, and it's an enjoyable, like it's just enjoyable that way. So the foot pads have been changed, and he'll speak to the rest of it before I give it all the way. Here's Kyle talking about the foot pad and what we call in the community ghosting. Check this out.
Some small fraction of GT owners have found that their foot pads stay engaged, even if they lift their heel or get off the board. And, that's something you never want to see happen. That can mean it's hard to dismount, or worst case scenario, the board rides without you, which some people call ghosting. And so what we have done is we've changed a few things in the manufacturing process to improve that. But if you have a GT and you're experiencing this or you're concerned about it, immediately contact One Wheel customer support at the link on our website, and we will get a new front foot pad shipped out to you immediately. We want you to be comfortable with your board, and that's something that we're taking care of, and we're making some other adjustments to that as we go.
Oh, I think what they're doing here is great. Like there's 2 things he says in here, and I don't know if everybody catches it. If you are having this issue with your foot pad and it ghosts, you immediately call them. They'll send you out a replacement. And they're eliminating the anxiety that people have of potential ghosting, that you think you might have gotten a bad foot pad, but you don't know. You would like the new foot pad that they've made some mild adjustments on. You can call in and get a foot pad. Like they're squashing 2 things. So if you're sitting out there going, man, I'm really nervous about my board potentially doing this ghosting thing, call One Wheel or email One Wheel, I think is what they're saying, and they will send you out a new footpad. They've tweaked it. He talked about they made it too sensitive in their issue with the concaveness on all three sides, made it very interesting on how to make the sensor underneath. If you've ever seen it's like a spider web on both sides. It really is everywhere on there instead of these two spots. It's such a cool design. If you're afraid or you're on the fence, email them and you get hooked up. What do you think, Lil? That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think like I just put in the chat, I think they're doing the best they can with what they have, but also trying to be decisive about what to share with the community. And they are trying to preserve their product. And so if something isn't working right or malfunctioning, they don't just want that happening anywhere and everywhere. I get it's an inconvenience to send it back. I get that. But in all reality, like, you're going to pay for this product you love, like, love it all the way, not just... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think some of us get into the idea that we could create it better, and it's like I couldn't even begin to do that.
Where's your button? Boing.
Yeah, the Hollywood this is our wrong. I couldn't do it better. I have ideas after riding it, and I think in the GT they've listened really well to the community. I think Kyle's response to what is being said in the community tells you and shows to you that One Wheel is listening to the community all the time. I hope One Wheel comes and watches and reads the chat, because you guys are hopefully respectfully giving your thoughts and opinion in it, because when it's done respectfully, guess what? People will listen to it, will respond to people's opinions or their critique. Like, I love positive critiques, not like lying, but positive critiques, meaning you're critiquing what I'm doing, but it's in a way that's, I know you love me. We often talk about here's something good for all of us to learn in this situation. Who do you listen to? In life, you're going to have people that are going to always shout at you. If you're a parent, you're going to have people tell you how to parent your kids when you're at the supermarket. Like, real story, when Holly takes all 8 kids to Costco. Like, she takes all 8 of them. She gets stared at all the time. The kids always come back, and people are always staring at my family. And they'll ask Holly, like, oh, do you run some kind of, like, daycare or something? And she says, they're all mine. And then they're like, well, that's not fair for your...
somebody else's kids to Costco.
Yeah, why would you take somebody... Yeah, why would you? Why would you do that? And so then they go, oh, that's not fair for your kids. Like, why would you have 8? It's not fair. They won't get all the other things if you only had 2 kids. And they begin to give their opinion. And guess what? Then we don't listen to them, because it's like, what? This is not information that's helping me. You're just being a critic of nothing you actually know because you don't have 8. It's like, what? Why? We didn't even ask for it. So who do you listen to? Who are here? How do you know who to listen to? Because this world is full of critics. This is how we determine, and this is like, I think Lily does this, right? You use these 3 principles of who to listen to. Do you?
Yeah.
Holly, do you?
Yeah.
Do you know what they are?
Yeah. Somebody that loves you, somebody you respect, somebody that has been through it before you.
Boom! There she goes. So it's
amazing.
Those that love you, right? So pay attention. If somebody's critiquing you and you know they love you, open up, listen to them, let it in. The next one is those that you respect, meaning they might not love you because you don't have that kind of relationship, but you respect them. You respect them in their business that they started. You respect them in parenting. You respect them in their dating relationship. Whatever you respect, so you're going to listen to them. And then the third one is those that know more than you, been there before. And so really, I pay attention to somebody that fits all 3 of those criterias. If they get 2 of them, you got my attention a little bit more. 1, a little bit of like, okay, I'm hearing, but I'm not fully listening in, right? Like, it's like Lily says something or Holly says something, or Joey says something, undivided attention, especially when Holly says it. It's like 110% attention. But if somebody is trolling me, kind of just let it roll off my back a little bit, like water on a duck. Well, what's that mean, you know?
Water on a duck?
Yeah, why? What's the analogy to that? Why would I say you?
Rolls off their back.
Why?
Because their feathers don't absorb water.
Ooh, you say that like you're like, maybe I hope I'm right.
No, I'm saying that with full confidence.
Okay, I like it. I like your confidence today. It's wonderful. Okay, so some people are talking about how about the battery and things of that situation. We're going to talk about that because Kyle talks about that. We'll share our thoughts on that. But then Kyle also talked about in the video about he addresses the rights to repair. He talks about, well, I get ahead of myself. Here's Kyle talking about it, and then we'll come back and share our opinions, and we'd love to hear what you think on Kyle's thoughts of the repairs. Check this out.
For a while now, we've really been considering, how we can, safely in a responsible way that guarantees high quality service to our customers, expand beyond that centralized model into having, more distributed service points around the world. One question we've been getting is about tire changes. I think some people are under a bit of misconception that if you change your tire on your one wheel, that your warranty is void. That's not the case. And we know that people are, wearing out their tires. They're changing them out for different conditions. And, as part of, what we're doing with GT, we're going to be making those GT tires available to do a tire change on your own, which can be a little bit challenging, or, find someone nearby who has a skill set to do it.
I think Kyle's addressing us in this because it was only 2 weeks ago we talked about that if you change your tire, you void the warranty. That's old school news, people. We were incorrect. We are hitting it wrong. We got it wrong. You can change your one-wheel tire. That is new to us and must be something new on One Wheel's part as well. I'm super stoked that I can purchase the slick from them because I'd really like to try it. Some of you have told me that the slick is better than the treaded tire on the GT. I'd love to know. And so as soon as they allow that to be happening, I'm going to get a slick, put it on, and experience that. The other thing that we're admitting we were wrong. Willie, do you need to say anything?
We were wrong.
And we are deeply sorry.
We are deeply sorry
for misleading you. We will potentially not do that again. Okay. And then the other thing is he talks about they're trying to figure out opening up repair shops. I think that's them listening to the Float Life. I think that's going to be an interesting, thing for them to grow their business. Again, some of those strategies that you hear about, I don't think that's, I don't know Kyle, but I'm assuming as he's the creator, this is probably not something that he's excited about. Somebody else has got to take that for him, I'm assuming, because he wants to dream up the next One Wheel, and he should. He should be dreaming up other products that are going to change our lives and make it more fun. Somebody needs to come along and help in the business model, and he's alluding to that in some of the forms of fashion. They're figuring it out. It's, again, I, with my family and Lily, we moved from Miami, Florida to Minnesota to start what we do here in the Twin Cities, to start essentially a business from knowing no one, from zero people, zero nothing. From the ground up, we have grown something. But as it's grown, there's been new things that have arisen inside what we do, and we're either having to learn or get somebody that knows how to do it. And so I can understand as where Future Motion is in this, they're trying to play catch up a little bit and figure it out. So I hope that makes sense. Jeremy Shear, he's out.
See ya.
Have a good one, man. Good to see you there. It's news. I'm just trying to read some of I need the ladies to read some of the comments if you want me to address them, because it's hard.
Yeah, someone's just saying it's new starting with the GT, not wrong with previous boards, which I know people have said there has been issues with previous boards when they've come out. This one feels a little bit exasperated, though.
Yeah, but I think here's why. And this is it's because more people are on One Wheels now than when the XR dropped or when the version 2 dropped. They were very small, and very small amount of people have actually had rode them at the time. And social media wasn't where it was when those things dropped. Fast forward to now, it's a bigger company, so more eyes on it. It's a bigger audience on social media. I was just watching a documentary. This will show you who I am, from Red Bull on parkour. In the do you know what parkour is, Lil?
Yeah.
What is it?
I've watched The Office. Parkour.
What?
There will be a lot of people who.
There's a lot of people who get it, but what is parkour?
Parkour is when you're jumping from building to building. And
can you give us the best demonstration of it? You would be great at parkour. Wouldn't you?
Why would I be great at that?
Well, I don't think they used the name. I don't think they
I
used
don't
the
think
sound
the
pew
sound
pew
effect
pew pew
is
pew.
accurate for parkour.
I don't think I would be great at that.
Yeah, why? You have a gymnastic background. You can do
There's
flips
some
and
truth to
twirls. I think
Yeah,
you'd
but
be great.
I have zero coordination.
I don't know if you can do a backflip and land it.
She would get laughing and then fall.
That's what
Like,
would
can you
happen.
give us a backflip right now?
Pew.
Or are you
Yeah,
too
I
cold?
can do it.
Are you too cold?
Can I do a back handspring?
Oh, she's getting old,
Back
folks.
handspring is always easier on the spot than a back.
She's getting cold, but
I could do it,
there.
but okay.
Okay, so
do it.
parkour is where, like she said, they're doing gymnastic moves from structure to structure. It's so great. But they were talking about what made that sport explode was social media. Without social media, at the simultaneously explosion of videos being put on Instagram and TikTok, parkour doesn't happen. I think you have One Wheel doesn't actually get where One Wheel is without some of the momentum of social media. So I think the GT drops, and there's these issues that are coming out, and it's a huge jump in technology for them. And so I think they're just caught in this. More people are aware of One Wheel, and more people are talking about it on social media, which makes it bigger than it actually is. I am a firm believer in that, in most things in the world currently, that they are bigger because of social media. Okay, yes.
Can I add something to that? I think just the thought of, I in my everyday life want to take the position of not being the critic to everyone or everything around me. And so I think we don't know what's going on over there. What my experience has been when Scott's had to contact them or whatever, or even when I've ordered something, they respond, they get back to me, they help me out as soon as I can. I think everybody would agree that One Wheel's pretty good about getting back to DMs, about getting back to emails. It may not be what we want to hear, but they get back to us. So I think maybe just the thought of, what stance are you taking towards people, towards things? Are you going to be the critic, or are you going to be the encourager and try to help them, along the way?
Yeah, and when you say critic, there's one of the fun quotes out there that I absolutely love. I think it's from President Theodore Roosevelt, and it's called the critic, and he talks about the reward or the applause doesn't go to the critic who's sitting on the outside. It goes to the one whose face is marred and knows the exhilaration of triumph, but also the agony of defeat. But the critic on the outside of the ring that's telling them how the doer of deeds should do better gets no credit. And so the credit goes to, at the end of the day, One Wheel. They made it. And again, we want to be able to voice our opinions, and I don't think that no one's trying to say you can't do that. Whoa.
Yeah.
My guys are jumping off things around here. That would be Adrian Peterson taking a jump. There we go. Get back up there. Okay, so before we get back to the actual conversation with Kyle, we got a couple of things that we want to share with you. We have started building the berm in our trail system, and it was going to be like a 40-foot long berm, which is now turned into like 72-foot berms. But here is a little memo to Lily, Joey, and to you guys. You get to see the shell of it. And check this out. This is just us filming down. It's not done. You'll see where it is right here. Lily, you better listen up. This is for you. Do we have that footage? I think we do. All right, let's hit that. Lily, this is for you. This is a behemoth of a berm. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to race Joey and Lily in the trails with this section. Oh, it's gonna be good. What do you think, Abijah?
It's gonna be good.
You gonna attempt this?
Oh yeah.
Like, where's your fear level on this on a One Wheel?
I don't really know.
I love how Abijah says, I'm not sure if I can ride that. I'm a little bit afraid to do that. When you're, like, video isn't capturing the magnitude of this because it's going down into a hill.
Big.
It's huge, Lily.
I'm excited.
It's going to be,
It looks
I'm
amazing.
Very excited for that.
it's going to be a ride.
Let's go.
It really
Looks
is.
like a roller coaster.
I mean, it's going to be so much fun, but that's where we are. With that, we have we made also the rollers that are in there, are in our trail system. We got so many features we're building. It is super muddy here, so if you guys were, hoping to catch the race that we're doing this weekend, the last One Wheeler standing, has been postponed because of the just sloppiness out there. When we give you the video of that creating that berm, we go to drill because we had to do, we thought 16 holes, but it ended up being 22, 24 holes. And I used an ice auger to get down in the dirt, and we could only get 8 inches because the ground was solidly frozen. So it changed up some things through that day. But as the ground is only unthawed for 8 inches, that 8 inches is holding all of the water from the melting snow. So it is gross. So no one wheels on any grass at the moment, and so we've had to postpone that till it is dry. Sorry for everybody that wanted to do that. That said, our kids have been out one wheeling. We have this competition in the house, Hal, right? Where every month we are writing down the mileages of our kids' boards, and whoever gets the most mileage in that month gets a one-wheel accessory or something. Like this month, they're all racing in miles for a treaded tire. That's what they're going for, so they're trying to ride as many miles as they can, but without getting in the grass has made it very difficult for them. But they have been cruising. But their one-wheels are coming in filthy because it's, right? It's a sloppy mess. So you've asked me to build some kind of mount for the one-wheels. Yes. Okay.
To get them so they're not mud all over the house.
Right.
Everywhere they go.
Where's the mountain going to go?
Well, we're working on that.
Okay.
We are working on that. We don't know. What we need help from you, those that are watching, if you would DM me pictures or links to, hey, this is a cool way to mount one wheels. I saw this one online. I am so sorry. I did not catch whose it was when I took the picture, but I thought that was legit. That's pretty cool right there. But it looks sweet. And if you live in a deserty Florida-ish area, that's really great. But here, that would mean all the
dirt and the
mud
like,
and water and snow is melting down on the one down below. So that's not going to work so well.
And I need you to think outside of the box. This is not just for one wheel, like one wheel. We have multiple. We have all the kids ride. Like, it's got to be something like this where it can allow multiple to be there.
One.
It is cool. I like
love
that one too.
It looks so good. So if you're watching and you created that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well done.
I applaud you. It looks like an art piece in the house, and I really wanted to do that. Now, I've thought about tweaking that and doing it in angles where the boards don't overlap as much. There's a chance of doing that, I think, but I think that was a tremendous idea. So, thanks for showing that. It's super clever. For those that have been hanging around, and you asked about the battery situation in your one wheel, because one of the shocking things that was revealed probably 2 weeks ago was, if you detach the battery from the what, Lily?
The one wheel.
No, you asked BODHI last week, what is the...
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what you asked?
No chance.
You don't remember?
No. I remember
the
BMI. No, that's
BMS.
BMS. BMI, that's
BMI
body
is your,
mass index.
actual body.
Yeah, gosh. Okay, so the BMI, when you disconnect the battery from there, it's it just says you need to see one wheel. It's dead. It's not dead on arrival. It's dead on unplugging the BMI. BMS. Thank you, Lily, for ruining that in my head forever
welcome.
Now. That's frustrated the community in a lot of facets because you're that's just not.
Yeah, they're in the chat right now.
Talking about it.
Yeah, they're sad. They're sad, frustrated, mad, angry.
Yes.
Hey, let me just throw you a little bit. Smile. Don't forget to smile. No, seriously. I love that we create a space where you guys can just throw in the chat your thoughts and feelings. And
we want you to.
Also, we are pretty sure, Scott, you are very sure they're watching this stuff and they're looking through the chat. So they're seeing your comments. They are seeing them.
Yeah.
They are just a full-blown company that needs to be well thought out when it comes to communicating with their people.
And doing things.
And
so here's Kyle's response on that. If you've missed it, this is Kyle talking about the battery situation in the GTs. He spoke very well on it, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So here you go. Here's thoughts from Kyle on the battery situation on the GTs. Check it out.
We firmly believe that it's extremely dangerous, particularly to modify high-energy lithium-ion batteries. The battery management system in a one-wheel is designed to work with the particular pack that it's connected to. It's a smart system, so it actually changes its behavior over time, and it's very tuned to the battery pack itself. it's not something that you can plug in some other collection of battery cells and hope that it's going to work properly. We've seen a lot of incidents of battery fires that have been caused by third-party battery modifications. And ultimately, that's frankly an existential risk to our business. If people see ONEWHEELs on fire, then that's bad news for ONEWHEEL in general. And we want to be able to keep making these things so you can keep riding them. But that's a major issue for us, and that's why we've taken an aggressive stance.
I have a friend that works with Tesla, and I bring up Tesla because I think ONEWHEELs to me have always been an electric device, or the electric devices. What would what's the E? Not EUCs. What? I can't even remember what the. Anyways, but to me, ONEWHEEL is the Tesla of the electric device world, and Tesla doesn't allow you to disconnect their batteries and plug in a different battery because why? It would jack up the system. Or you would do something differently that the general public wouldn't know and cause an issue to the Tesla. Then somebody films this Tesla has blown up or melted the car into smithereens, and they would go, oh, Tesla has battery issues. But the truth is they don't. It was the individual that was messing with it. So I can see that as ONEWHEEL trying to protect their brand so they are not being sued and all those other things. I understand there are some of you are skilled at doing this and you're qualified. Now, I think it would be pretty cool if, think about it, if ONEWHEEL did a class, a seminar that you could be leveled as a technician, or like in CrossFit, you have level 1 coaches or level 2, right? Is that what they call it? Level 1 coach, level 2, what is it?
Yeah, you just have like multiple certifications.
Right. So what if what if there's a way to be certified to work on your ONEWHEEL that ensures ONEWHEEL knows that you have the knowledge and the understanding of doing that? That said, batteries are very smart today, and batteries with the BMSs are constantly changing in the way that they are behaving. It's not a stagnant system. And so I think the way Kyle addressed it, it made sense to me. I know still some people are not happy with that, but I understand where they're coming from on that. That I understand the issue as well. If you live in Australia and you have a battery problem, that's like forever long and costs you $700 to get it shipped. And I get that. But I think if they get back to the previous part where he's talking about working on places to send your board in to get fixed, it would fix some of those issues of sending it across the country or across the world to get fixed. They're trying to do it, and there's a lot happening in one shot. It's just like they're trying to figure it all out, and they can't get it all done in one shot and get the GT released and all those things. And I do see why they wouldn't want you to mess with the battery. I understand that frustrates people, and I understand that. Why I want a different battery in there. I want to go faster, further, and for them, it's just. I think it's risk management for them. The risk to reward. Is this risk worth the reward we get, or is this risk not worth the potential lawsuits that could come, or the brand being hurt in the public eyes of people that would be future ONEWHEELers? And so I'm not sure. Why would they remove the battery info from the app, though? They talk about safety, but remove features to help keep us safe. I don't know that. I don't know why they would remove that. I guess I'm unaware that it was there. That's my naiveness in it. I pretty much just turn on my board and ride it and put on the accessories that I have the privilege to be able to test out for companies like Float Life and Craft and Ride and things of that nature. Let's talk about that because Kyle talks about third-party accessories, because I think a lot of people have felt like ONEWHEEL's against the third-party accessories out there, that they would be looking down on Float Like or Craft and Ride or these other companies that are making wedges and flight finned and all those things. And this is what Kyle has to talk about it. I think he nails this one. Check this one out.
I think there's a misconception that we are totally opposed and we're suing and litigating companies that are making accessory products. While that has happened in certain cases where companies have violated our IP, for the most part, we're like wide open to letting people build the kinds of mods and accessories that they want to build because they enhance the one wheel community.
I love how he comes from, I'm an inventor and creator myself, and I love seeing how people take what I've created and build on it. And he's just simply squashing the rumors out there that One Wheel would be after suing everybody. But he also speaks to that there is some of that because some of the products that are coming out are an infringement on their patents and things like that. So all in all, I think Kyle did really well. I think the rawness of the video, I said it at the beginning of it, I think the ums and the ands and all those things that kept it where you understood it straight from his heart and it wasn't wrote up from somebody. How many athletes do we follow that screw up in the public eye and then you have heard them in interviews or on their Instagram and all of a sudden you read a post from them, I am completely sorry for my behavior, and it's like well spoken in every T crossed and I dotted and the quotes are right and the parentheses are right and the commas right, and you're going, somebody wrote that for you, or right? You know that this was Kyle not reading it, straight from his heart, sharing, hey, I hear what's going on here. Here are some of the potential things we're going to do to fix it. We're aware of some of the immediate problems that are creating a dangerous situation, and we're immediately solving those. And then they speak to the future of, hey, we're going to get some repair shops going. I would, again, this is an assumption. I know what that causes out of me. But I would assume that Float Life and One Wheel are somehow having conversations in this going, how do we have shops like the Float Life around in different big cities that would allow these things to be repaired?
I'd love to be a technician.
You would love to be a technician?
That'd be
that'd be
awesome. Be so cool. If they start to do that, like, it would be a way to help out that community. Learn something new, be trained and do it. That'd be awesome.
You'd be good at it, Holly.
Great. Go get certified. Then you can do all the one wheel changes and all those things around here. You would be awesome. Slap your little apron on and
someone was asking about your apron.
In this chat again?
I don't remember where
they have at. I seen it. I saw it on one of the videos.
Oh yeah, maybe that's
they liked my work apron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily came at me in that video. It was this Sunday's video. You said, you don't wear that much, do you? Remember that?
No, I didn't.
You did. Go watch the beginning of that. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. You do wear it. You do.
Yeah, but you were coming at me. You were trolling me.
You're a worker.
Get out of here. Okay, so let's get on to some other things that are in the new news of One Wheels. If you've ever badgered your One Wheel, I think that's what it's called. This is where you waterproof your XR. They just released a thing for your GT. We have footage of them doing it right here. We don't have audio of it, but it's just the footage of them showing us how to waterproof the GTs. You can get the kit from them. You can go to their YouTube channel. Icon, hit that for me if you would, please. Here's the footage of them showing you what they are going to have in the kit and how to do that. You can see the blue tape to the left. You plug a vent there, and then you are putting the silicone that you have on it around different ports. It's sent with a bladder to send air through to see if it sucks air out. You can see the bladder on the cardboard right above her hand there. It's on the right-hand side, that black ball-looking thing. There it is. There's the bladder of them trying to identify where leaks are. You can see bubbles coming out there, and then they're doing step-by-step on how to waterproof your GT. So if you're concerned about your GT, there is a place that you can order a kit to waterproof your GT. So go to their YouTube channel, and I think a link in that video is there for you. Icon, you can come straight back to me. They've seen enough of that. That video is pretty cool. I have not waterproofed any of my One Wheels. But the GT, for whatever reason, I've thought about it. I don't know if it is a bit of a lot of the negatives being said about the GT has made me go, maybe I should waterproof it. I don't know if I will, but I saw they did that, and I was like, that's pretty cool on how they're waterproofing it. I like seeing what people do and how they figure that stuff out. So if you want to waterproof your board, there is how you do that. I was DM'd by the Flux Movement. How do you know who the Flux Movement is?
I don't know who that is. No.
Okay, how about you, Lily? Do you know
I know the name,
but you don't know what it is.
We've had some of their products.
They are all about electric devices. They got a huge event happening. We got their picture here of this event they're going to have in the middle of the desert out in California right there, the burning flux. Oh my gosh, the image is sweet. Like that needs to be I want that guy on a t-shirt or a headband. That would be sweet too. But it is art, food, camping, activities, personal electric vehicles. That's what it is. PEV. Races, community group rides. Now, Lil, help me understand this. When it says 10 a.m. to end, and then on May 1st, 2 a.m. to end.
I would say it's like keeps on going
until it ends.
Until, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we were going to, when we do the one-wheeler standing.
Yeah, last
like
one-wheel standing, yeah.
Until someone falls off, like the last one. So I would say it's something like that. Until you want to leave. Yeah,
so we have video footage of it. We no audio for you, but here is a little bit of the sneak peek of it. Like when I watch this, it's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get on a plane. Let's get out there and ride it. I do like their image, their logo. Do you know what that was from? Did you see the logo? Anybody?
I didn't see it. I am in the chat.
That's okay. The flux movement, it's the flux capacitor on the DeLorean, folks. This is the place. This looks like, what movie do you feel like when you watch this?
Dune.
Dune? Okay, I didn't think
I've
Dune.
never seen Dune.
I thought the Mel Gibson movie where they're out in the desert and then they redid it with, I don't know. Max.
Mad Max?
Mad Max. Yeah, that's what I think of.
No, there's light. Mad Max is like
No, I think
dark
Mad
and
Max is
dreary.
straight up that vibe. Okay, there is some footage for you.
like a parade.
It's not a parade. They're in the middle of the desert. This thing looks amazing. I want to go. And it's I wrote it in my notes here. It is the El Mirage Dry Lake Beds, April 30th and May 1st. Must not be 31st in April?
I don't know.
Or is it April 30th through May? Lily, why are you shaking your
What
head
did
over
it
there?
say?
Are you reading a comment?
What did it say?
April 30th.
What did it say?
Yeah,
and May
there's
1st.
it's only 30 days in April.
Okay, there you go. Lil, why are you chuckling your head chuckling in the
All
chat?
right, well, I had an idea. I see all the comments in the chat.
She's
And I
really
love you
she's
all.
reading every one of them, guys. We're
I'm
trying.
reading every one of them. I love you all for putting them in there. Whether your hands and thumbs are typing faster than your brain can think, or your heart can filter, I love it. I love that you're putting all this in there. We do have the idea. Someone said, why don't you guys have someone in there who opposes the ideas you have, or maybe who are coming in with the majority of this chat who have complaints. Realistically, there are complaints about what's going on. And
We can
we'll
do
chat
that.
in the office about having someone call in, and oppose the opinion.
We can have if you would like us to, and you oppose where we're at, and you would be calm and collective. We're not looking for a fight, but if you want to, we'd love to hear you out. We will have you in. Holly puts her hand in there, like you want to be the opposing thought.
No, I have a question.
Yes.
Is it because we love the one wheel so much that we're going to be positive about it, or is it because we want to be positive about people and love people? Like, I think this is taking it to, some of the comments are taking it to, oh, you guys just love him and you're just positive and you're just this, you love him so much, you're just following blindly. Or is it because we just really want to assume the best in people all around, all across the board? Like, I don't ever want anybody to get hurt from anything. And my hope is that, something like that happens. I don't hope it happens, but that future motion will take care of it, But I want to be positive about them, just as I would be positive about my mailman that was upset with me or something. I just want to be positive and assume the best in people.
You're a little heated there, Hal. You're a little heated.
Oh,
there.
I wasn't meaning to be. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm asking you that. Like, is it because?
No, but I think what you're experiencing from us in the studio is like this isn't somewhere all three of us agree all the time. But it's the take we have on anything, even the things we disagree on. Like, obviously, there's things that we disagree on, but this is how you're going to see us in all of it. We're going to get away from the product, the stuff. Like, I'm looking at all this stuff because this is products on my desk, and we're going to be about the person. Like, like we're gonna do this Sunday. We're doing bonk versus Bali. Are you team bonk, team Bali? We're gonna use these this week. We're pretty stoked about this. We've never hit these before, but we understand there are people behind this, and so even if this is not enjoyable for us, we're not gonna bash it because this is somebody's dream. Are we gonna give pointers on how to fix it? Yeah. Watch our reviews. There are things that like tire reviews. I talk about what I don't like on tires, but I don't get nasty about it because it's like I know a human being made that tire and they made it for a certain purpose. But in my opinion, what I like and dislike, now I know some of it is safety versus I want to work on my one. I understand all of those things, and I'm not calling One Wheel, and they're not calling me every day talking. And so I like the idea of people. If Jake will come on and chat, I've seen his videos. I think he's had an experience where I'm going to say it this way. I don't know if he'd say that. We've been hurt by One Wheel in a sense, or felt taken advantage by One Wheel in some capacity. We'd love to have him on here and just chat. And not in a debating manner, but just to hear it. And so we'll work this week to get somebody that opposes our thoughts on here, to give them a platform to be able to speak, and then we'll learn, and then we'll even maybe One Wheel will watch it a little bit and hear from that opposing thoughts. One Wheel isn't watching to hear our opinion. They're watching and reading your chats to learn from the community. And so what I do love is it is genuinely a community. I mean, when I am downtown riding in Minneapolis and I see somebody floating on a One Wheel, immediately, how long you been riding? We stop, you chat. It's this immediate connection point, and that's why we're all here in the chat today, is because we're all connecting over a device. And
You know what other community does that type of thing?
let me hear it.
Anybody that drives a Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
And a funny story, like you do that every time we see a Jeep. Like we have a Jeep, and we wave at anybody that has a Jeep. And I drive a big Ford Transit because we have a big car or a big family. And I was passing another Ford Transit the other day, and I was like, should I wave? Is it that community? And I didn't wave. I just looked at the guy.
You nodded? Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, yep, I see you. You drive a big van. I do too.
Yeah, but some of these people driving these Ford Transits are also working. The Jeeps,
Well, this
you
was
drive by a
Jeep.
Jeep
He had
and you,
family in it, or
you give
people
them
in
a
it.
nod.
Yeah.
You
It was
give
just
them,
funny.
yeah. Okay. Speaking of the community, there's some really fun things happening out in the community that, again, we thought would get us to end on a high note. Many of you know we are fans of Javier here and what he posts on Instagram and stuff.
Javi Starks.
He dropped a video a couple weeks ago of him attempting what I'm imagining is to play soccer, if you will, and we've talked about this in the office, playing soccer as it warms back up with our One Wheels. But as soon as I saw this video, I said, not a chance. This is him going up on a basketball, I think it is, and it does not go well. Watch this right here. You'll see what I mean right here as he's attempting on a basketball court icon. If you'd hit that, here he is. Look at this. Boom! Straight to the pavement. Like, I'm not sure what he was thinking.
He even bounces a little.
Yeah, his body does. Look, this is super slow-mo. I can't tell if he was trying to get up and over the ball.
Yeah, like what was he trying
Oh
to
my
do?
goodness.
Yeah, you know his shoulder's sore.
And his neck. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm hurting for him in that. Again, if you didn't see it enough. And that's straight pavement. Now, I got to imagine that they're all doing this because there's a bunch of one-wheelers around in the video, so it's not just him. They're right
all
there.
trying. Is
right,
it?
right
What
there,
is it?
Right there. I said no to the soccer idea. Not doing it because
Yeah,
that
right
just,
there. No way.
I can't even. Okay, and then we came across this. Somebody, you'll see who it is on Instagram, but they took floating on a one wheel to a whole nother level. Like, yes, please, to all of this. I want to try this. How do I try this? Where do I need to go to do this? Look at this footage here of this person taking floating to a whole nother level. Look at that. Whatever machine he's got on his back, I want. Yes, please. Now, what would be amazing is if he could do the trick where the one wheel continues to go and you drop back on it. Is that not so awesome? Thank you. Thank you for that inspiration. I need that device that you have on your hands. I know it's some kind of like Iron Man jetpack suit
Yeah, that's
thing.
cool.
I want a couple of those. Would that not, Lily? Would you wear one of those?
The helmet?
No. Did you? You missed it, didn't you?
I'm in the chat.
Look at it right there. It's on your screen. Would you
awesome.
wear that?
I completely missed that.
Yeah. How did you miss that?
Was he flying?
Yes, off of a kidding me?
I was in the chat because I just want to answer some of these people.
Okay, we'll let
That's
you.
all.
We're gonna let you chat. Lily's doing the chat thing. Is there things that I need that people want to address brought up publicly, not just in the chat? Lil, she doesn't know. She's trying.
Someone's still super concerned about ghosting and it hurting someone.
Yeah. So
I said it's happened to us. Not that we've hurt someone. It has happened. We have videos on our channel of our pints ghosting. But
yeah, and but it was after a year or two of riding, and the front footpad went bad, and we just got new footpads. I genuinely have on hand at all times a brand new set of footpads. Because the
In case
sensors
it goes bad,
the sensors just go out after a time. Like, they're all out of warranty, and so it's like I'll just order them. And so I understand this is a brand new product, but I do think Kyle answered it right away. He's like, listen, if you even have the fatigue, a mental fatigue of potential ghosting, email us
Switch
and
it
we'll
out,
send
yeah.
you a new one. That's, I think.
And
so-
I don't
so if
think
you-
they knew that was going to be happening like beforehand. So I think they're trying to fix it as soon as possible.
Yes, and I'm sure, yeah, they are. And again, they're trying to even help those of us that are mentally worn out with it. Like, is my one wheel going
Worried,
to
questioning
ghost?
it, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I have done a lot more of the way they tell you in the owner's manual how to stop, where you lift up your heel and make sure it's shut off. I've done a lot more of that on my GT than I have on any of my other devices because there's a little bit in the back of my mind. I'm not in a spot that my one wheel, if it ghosted right now, could potentially hurt someone. Now, if I'm in my yard, it's not going to go very far. It's going to run into trees and stuff. But when I'm in the public, it's like, okay, let's make sure I'm aware of the feelings you have. I have them as well. I'm just coming from the idea that one wheel is trying to do something about it. And we're talking about, think about it in this aspect. Small ships can turn very fast because they're small, and it doesn't require power to turn small ships. Big ships require lots of power and a lot of room to turn in the direction. One wheel is no longer a small, nimble business. They are a bigger business. And so to change some of these things takes a little bit more time, and we've got to be patient with it. They clearly have addressed and spoken to the issues. They are currently trying to work on them. Now, are they going to do it to the way we all want? No. Let's interview all 8 of my children, and let's ask them, and they think I am always the greatest dad ever.
They would say
No,
yes.
they would say yes.
Let's
They
ask
all
them
say
all
yes
if their
to me.
favorite meal is the same.
No, it's always going to be different. And so, there's principles that we use to guide ourselves, and it's not just towards one wheel. It's just towards life and people. Is assuming the best in everyone and everything.
And that is the question I would leave for all of you today. What principles do you allow to guide yourself? Because if we just allow silly little things to get us worked up, what's the principle in that? And ultimately, we all want to be better humans and make the world a better place. I hope you do. And if you don't know what principles to have, come hang out with us on Wednesdays. We're here again on Sundays. So just come to the channel more, and we would love to meet you and spend more time with you.
Yeah,
There you go.
Float Life is in there. Didn't they say they're a small company? I suppose we got to decide what is small. They are bigger than they were when they started in 2014. And so
True.
I don't know what he's defining as small. He did say that in that we are a small company, but they are, depends who you compare them to, I suppose. And so that's fair, Float Life. Good to see you in the chat here. And I think because of Float Life's conversation helped prompt the conversation that Kyle had. And now what will be fun is when Jeff and Kyle get in the same video, and that will be a lot of fun to see a conversation in a room with each other on those things. Like so many of us are saying, that it would be great to have somebody that's on the other side of this next week on our podcast. We will track somebody down that's going to be willing to jump in here and talk on the other side. That would be great. Maybe Jeff would jump in here and share his thoughts on the other side of this, coming from a guy that is skilled in repairing. I mean, it's so fun to watch him tear apart something and build it back, and all the things he's doing for the one wheel community. It'd be really good to see. And so I suppose somebody would say that the business that we run here in the Twin Cities, some would say what we're doing is a small business. Depending if you're talking to somebody that's just starting, they would look at it and go, that's a big business. So it's a little bit of perspective in a lot of things. Would I say we're big? No way, because our dreams and aspirations are way down the road many years from now. But somebody would look at what we're doing and go, "Oh, that's big. You guys you've done something. You're where we want to be." And so I think that small and big a little bit is up for an opinion. But I think the analogy still fits that they can't turn as fast as they did when they released the XR. Again, I don't know these things. I'm just assuming a lot of things, which can get you in a lot of trouble. And so, the last thing to put a smile on your face as we wrap this thing up, it has actually been a fun day. Like, we've enjoyed the interaction and the conversation. Please, this is the whole point. We want to come and chat and talk. This puts a smile on my face. I'm not looking for anyone or everyone to agree with me. That would be silly. This would be a boring world if we all agreed on everything. The world would suck. And so I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for us all to have our opinions, but in it, to love people. At the end of the day, to love the people behind it and speak to people with respect and love. So, okay, we shot a video a couple weeks ago. This was so much fun. If you've not done this, and you should always carry a tennis ball around with you on group rides, because when you pull over and people are doing whatever they need to do, getting a couple drinks or whatever, you could actually, if you had the battery power and range, you could totally do something like this. We did this a couple weeks ago with our kids. Watch. This is so much fun. Oh, that's a good one. This is so much fun. We made a game of 500. Team Scott lead. The kids are trying to catch the tennis balls. Lily and I Lily team Scott. I got 1 point. Lily got 1 point. There you go. You'll have to watch the rest of it to see
funny.
if we who wins the game of 500. If you want, it's on our channel. But again, we're here to want to put a smile on your face, and hopefully you've enjoyed the afternoon with us. DM us if you want to talk. DM us. We'll get you in here next week, or even, Jeff from Float Life, if you're watching, I would love to just have a conversation like this, and we'll put it online, just conversation between us, and help. You know so much more than we do. So you'll be able to help us understand some of the things that maybe we're misunderstanding in it. Or maybe you're like, yeah, what you're saying is correct, but we got to figure out how to do this in a quicker fashion. I could understand that if this takes 5 years for one wheel to pull off, well, that's not cool. If we're talking 5 months from now, these things are up and running where the repair shops are running. I think would be great to see at least one in the next 6 months open, or be certified as a place to get your board certified, fixed battery issues. That'd be so cool. Okay, that's it. If you've made it to the end today, we applaud you.
Woo!
Thank you for everybody watching. Thank you for this community. This is so much fun to be a part of, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You will not be disappointed. I don't think this is genuinely a community where we allow everybody to share their opinions. And as today, if anything you noticed in the chat, there was no kicking anybody out. We haven't told anybody they can't say what they want to say. This is freedom of speech area. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Really, honestly, we believe that, and we want that. And so subscribe. Drop a comment on this video, because if they're not watching it live or they don't pay attention to the live conversation, they'll miss all this. So have a great one. We'll be back next week on Wednesday for our One Wheel Wednesday podcast. We will be dropping on Sunday. Team BODHI or Team Bonk? Lily, what are you?
Bali.
Why do you always agree with me?
No, I'm not agreeing with you.
Agreeing with BODHI.
Agreeing with BODHI.
Yes, BODHI's Bali. I like Bali. Holly, what are you?
Bonk, because you're both Bali.
I knew you were going to do that. I saw you coming. You
should.
I did. When Jeff and the Float Life went live last week, I think on Wednesday, they go live, and I asked him Team Bali or Team Bonk. He goes, You know who I am, Scott. Team Bonk. So we're going to shoot that. We're going to test these out. We got all these rocks that we're going to jump, all different sizes. Like this feels like where we're going to start. Lily's got
Where
one
are
of
those
the more
from again? What's that? Where are you?
Electric Stoke.
Electric Stoke.
Great company. They released some sick stuff. I wish I could get that. The parking block. Lily's got a really extreme one that we're going to hit. I feel like that one's going to be dangerous. Are you not
This
picking
one
it
right
up?
here?
Yeah, you're not picking it up. You afraid to pick that one up or something?
No.
That one's a lot more aggressive.
That's
Why?
pretty
I
aggressive.
feel like that's going to get you some air.
What's gonna
I feel like we
happen?
could see some flips like what we saw.
Yeah, are you
Was it
kidding,
from
Lily?
Hobby
If you
or
don't
who-
hit that right, it's going to
No.
stop you.
Yeah, I don't
Yikes.
know.
Lily, the thing about Lily and all this stuff, it's her naiveness in it that makes it like she's like, no problems. But it's like that's almost like a wall.
When do you know you're ready to do some of those? This may be for another day. When you,
Did somebody just
like-
ask that?
No,
Oh.
I'm asking as a one-wheel rider.
Yeah. 5
When
miles
do
over
I
your
know
belt.
Holly, you're ready.
I'm ready for
Holly, you're ready.
extracurricular activities on
Holly, you're ready. Holly.
Yeah. Oh,
you're
you're ready.
Let's try it. Let's
You
do
just
it.
got to go. I mean, I don't think there. You just do it. And
Thank
then
you, Troy. Team Holly. Thank you.
If you
Let's
did
go.
you say Team Holly?
Yes.
What? Don't
We
know.
love it.
Now everybody's gonna be Team Holly
here
and
for
Team
it.
Lily. Team Scott will be way down there on the list of
Ooh,
like.
with our powers combined.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, my daughters are in here. They're going Team Dad. They're going Team Scott. Thank you.
They're loyal.
They're loyal. But that means you had to choose not your mom. So that's not cool either.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a great rest of
We'll
the
see
day
ya.
on Wednesday. We'll clip this up and put it out there this week to keep the conversation going. Thank you, everybody that watches and comments. You are amazing. Thank you for all the companies out there that make great products. You guys make the community so much fun to talk about and give us a lot of content to share on this channel. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you later. Bye now. Okay, don't end it.
One Wheel for Mankind says Team Scott and Friends.
Are we muted?
Okay, you can. Is it
Oh, I
still going?
screenshotted the wrong thing.
That's pretty funny. Did I tell you that with
Oh, no,
this
I
light
didn't.
over
Hi,
here?
Scott.
Hold, wait.
Are we muted?
Yeah, let's just end it.
I can't. I actually haven't got angry like that in a while.